I sat on the old, worn-out couch, a piece of furniture that once held memories of laughter and late-night movies. Now, it was a reminder of a time when life was lighter, happier. The room around me felt heavy, thick with the weight of the past. Upstairs, my 4-year-old daughter, Anna, was fast asleep, her gentle breaths a sharp contrast to the tension lingering in our home. I glanced at the clock. Past 11 p.m. Charles was late again, as he often was these days. Finally, the sound of the key turning in the lock broke the silence. I stood up, smoothing my shirt out of habit, though I wasn't sure why I still bothered. "Charles," I called softly as he stepped inside, looking more like a stranger than the man I once knew. "You're late." He didn't look at me, only grunted. "Work." His voice, once warm and familiar, now felt cold and distant. I tried to keep my tone casual, though a knot tightened in my chest. "Anna asked about you today. She wanted to know when Daddy would be home." Charles shrugged off his coat and hung it carelessly on the rack. "Kids ask a lot of things. Doesn't mean we always have the answers." His indifference stung. I swallowed the lump in my throat. "Maybe we could do something this weekend. Just the three of us." "Anna would love that." Charles scoffed, his voice dripping with sarcasm. "A family outing? With everything going on? Don't be naive, Betty." My hands trembled slightly, but I held on to the conversation, desperate to reach him. "This isn't the Charles I married. She needs her father, Charles. It's important." He walked to the fridge, pulling out a beer without even looking at me. "What she needs is a miracle, not me pretending to be a happy family at the park." I felt my eyes well up. "She's your daughter, Charles. How can you be so cold?" He took a long drink, his gaze fixed on anything but me. "I'm being realistic, Betty. This isn't the life I wanted. A sick child, a house that feels more like a hospital." I followed him into the kitchen, my voice rising with emotion. "And what about me? Do you think I enjoy watching our daughter suffer? Do you think this is the life I dreamed of?" He slammed the beer bottle on the counter, the sound echoing in the tense silence. "I don't know, Betty, I really don't. But I know I can't do this anymore." A surge of anger coursed through me. "You want to walk away from your own child?" He downed the rest of his beer in one gulp. "I need space. I can't handle this. Suffocation." The word felt like a punch to the gut. Suffocation. Is that what your family is to you now? He turned away, shoulders tense. "It's not just that, Betty. It's everything. The constant hospital visits, the medical bills, the way our lives revolve around Anna's illness. I didn't sign up for this." I stared at him, speechless. "So, what's your plan, Charles? Leave us? Start over somewhere else?" He didn't respond, just walked past me, his footsteps heavy on the wooden floor. I stood there, emotions swirling, anger, sadness, betrayal. Later, that night, I lay in bed, the space next to me cold and empty. From the other room, I heard the faint sound of Charles's TV. The divide between us felt too wide to bridge, and I couldn't help but wonder if it ever could be crossed again. The man I married, once my partner and Anna's father, now felt like a stranger under the same roof. Our home, typically a haven of warmth, stood in stark contrast to the sterile hospital room where Anna lay. Sitting beside her tiny bed, I held her small hand, drawing strength from her peaceful sleep. Nurse Sharon entered with a kind smile. "How's our brave girl doing today, Betty?" "She's a fighter," I managed, though my voice was weary. Sharon checked Anna's vitals with gentle efficiency. "She's in good hands here. The surgery team is one of the best." I nodded, throat tight. "I just wish Charles could be here more. She keeps asking for him." Sharon's expression softened. "Fathers often find it hard to cope with these situations. But you're doing an amazing job." The weight of loneliness settled on me. It's hard doing it alone. He's just not the same anymore. As if on cue, Charles walked in. His presence was less comforting than I had hoped. He glanced at Anna, then at me, his expression unreadable. "How is she?" "The same," I replied, trying to keep my voice steady. He fiddled with his phone, avoiding my gaze. "I can't stay long. Work's crazy." A flash of anger surged through me. "Work. Right, because that's what's important right now." Charles looked up, his eyes cold. "What do you want from me, Betty? To sit here and watch her sleep?" I bit back a retort, focusing instead on Anna. "She asked for you today, Charles. She misses her dad." He shrugged, the detachment between us a tangible wall. "I'm here, aren't I?" Before I could respond, Anna stirred, her voice weak but clear. "Daddy?" Charles's face softened as he moved closer to her. Hey, princess. Daddy's here. Anna managed a faint smile, reaching out to him. Stay with me, Daddy. A mix of hope and sorrow twisted in my heart as Charles hesitated, then sat on the edge of her bed. I can't stay long, Anna. Daddy has to work. Her smile faded, an understanding far beyond her years in her eyes. It's okay, Daddy. I love you, Anna whispered, her small hand clutching Charles's as he forced a smile in response. I love you too, kiddo. As he stood to leave, a surge of resentment welled up inside me. She needs you, Charles. We need you. He paused, his back turned to us, and replied, I'm doing what I can, Betty. But his words felt hollow in the sterile room. I watched him walk away, a familiar sense of abandonment settling over me like a heavy fog. Anna squeezed my hand, her presence reminding me of the fight ahead. The room fell silent, save for the steady beeping of the monitors. Leaning closer to Anna, I whispered promises of better days, promises I wasn't sure I could keep. But in that moment, all I had was hope and my unwavering love for my daughter. The silence was broken by my friend Marilyn's call. I sat in the dimly lit hospital cafeteria, clutching a lukewarm cup of coffee as my mind whirled with betrayal and shock. Marilyn slid into the seat across from me, her expression a mix of concern and urgency. Charles is selling our house, she said, and I felt anger and disbelief swirl within me, feeling a determination I hadn't felt in months. Betty, I can't believe he's going this far. Selling your house while you're anchored here with Anna, she continued, and I inhaled sharply, my hands trembling as I struggled to calm myself. Marilyn, please try to delay the sale. I need some time to figure this out. Her expression hardened with resolve. I'll do everything I can, Betty, but you need to know he's insisting on closing quickly. I leaned in, my voice steady with newfound determination. He won't succeed without a fight. He thinks he can just erase our lives and start anew. Marilyn squeezed my hand in solidarity. What's your plan, Betty? The word plan echoed in my head, igniting a fire within me. For too long, I had been passive, a spectator in my own life, overshadowed by Charles's indifference. No more. I'm taking a stand. First thing tomorrow, I'm meeting with a lawyer. We'll find a way to halt the sale. Encouragement lit up Marilyn's face. That's the spirit. Fight for what's yours, Betty. I'm with you every step of the way. I nodded, my resolve bolstered by her support. I'll also need solid evidence, proof of his duplicity, any fraudulent dealings, anything that will strengthen our case. Marilyn proposed we start by scrutinizing the sale details. I'll gather all the information I can, I replied, feeling a sense of purpose wash over me. I focused on the buyer and any irregularities in the deal as I took a bitter sip of my coffee, its harshness mirroring the turmoil inside me. After everything we had been through, I couldn't believe he was capable of this, both to Anna and to me. Marilyn tightened her grip on my hand, her voice filled with resolve. He's a coward for underestimating your strength, Betty, and he'll soon realize his mistake. Rising from our seats, my determination solidified. He'll regret this, Marilyn. He'll regret harming Anna and trying to steal our home. I'll see to that. Marilyn stood by me, fierce and unwavering. Let's turn the tables on him, Betty. Let's show him he messed with the wrong woman. Concealed just outside the realtor's office, my heart raced as I eavesdropped on the meeting inside. Charles was there, smooth-talking the potential buyers with his usual charm. The carefree laughter of his mistress echoed, blissfully unaware of the storm she was part of. I watched as Charles confidently presented the paperwork. This house is a gem, an absolute steal at this price, he boasted while the interested couple, eager yet cautious, nodded as they perused the documents. Everything appears to be in order, the wife commented, and Charles's mistress, decked out in vibrant red lipstick, leaned in close, chuckling. See? Easy as pie, she murmured. My anger flared, but I remained focused on gathering damning evidence. The husband glanced up, inquiring, and the owner is on board with all this, Charles replied swiftly, spitting a lie that seemed almost believable. Absolutely. She's ready to move on and eager to sell quickly. My fists clenched at his blatant falsehood, my nails digging into my palms as I fought the urge to storm in. Marilyn, ever the ally in my scheme, smoothly interjected, if you're ready, we can finalize the sale right now. The couple exchanged glances and nodded. We can't pass this up. I watched in silent agony as they signed the documents, each stroke a blow against the life we had built. I remained stoic, aware that this was a moment for clear-headed action, not unchecked emotions. Charles's laughter echoed in the background, mingling with the clinking of glasses as he toasted to new beginnings with the buyers, his arm around his mistress. Then, I made my entrance into the room, causing a ripple of shock and confusion among the guests. Enjoying yourself, Charles? My voice was calm, abruptly pausing the celebration. His smile faltered. Betty, what are you doing here? His question hung in the air as I approached them with determined steps. I'm here to stop you from making a monumental mistake, I stated firmly. His mistress rolled her eyes dismissively. What are you talking about? The deal is done. I returned her gaze with a smile that was cold and devoid of friendliness. Is it now? Because I don't recall agreeing to sell my house. The buyers exchanged uneasy glances. We were told everything was in order, the husband said, his voice laced with doubt. Charles tried to regain control of the situation, stepping forward. Betty, you're confused. This is for the best. I shook my head, resolute. No, Charles. The only confusion here is yours if you think you can forge my signature and get away with it. Silence enveloped the room as Charles's complexion turned notably paler. You can't prove anything, he blurted defensively. From my bag, I produced a set of documents. Actually, I can. I held the papers tightly in my hands, feeling the weight of their significance. I have these, I declared. What you're holding are forgeries. His mistress tugged anxiously at his arm, panic creeping into her voice. Charles, what is she talking about? Tell me this isn't true. But Charles stood frozen, his suave demeanor shattered in an instant. Just then, the door swung open, and 3 police officers stepped inside. One of them faced Charles directly. Charles Johnson, you're under arrest for fraud and forgery. Color drained from his face as he glanced at me, disbelief etched across his features. You called the cops? Yes, I did, I replied, my voice steady and unwavering. You broke the law, Charles, and you tried to steal my home. As the officers handcuffed him, I noticed his mistress begin to sob, her mascara running down her cheeks. The potential buyers, sensing the gravity of the situation, hurriedly gathered their belongings, eager to escape the unfolding drama. One officer turned to me. We need your statement, ma'am. I nodded, a surge of vindication coursing through me. Of course, officer. As they led Charles away, he shot me a look filled with anger and regret. But I felt no sympathy. He had made his choices, and now he was facing the consequences. Marilyn, witnessing the scene, smiled at me approvingly. I returned her smile, stepping out of the office with a significant weight lifted from my shoulders. I had stood up for myself and for Anna. This was just the beginning. After Charles's arrest, I found myself in my lawyer's office surrounded by law books and the heavy scent of leather. Mr. Ronald, my attorney, a no-nonsense man in his 50s with a face lined by experience, reviewed my case. Betty, your husband's actions have opened up a significant can of worms. The fraud charge is serious. I sat across from him, my hands clasped tightly. I know, Mr. Ronald, but I couldn't let him get away with it, not after everything. He nodded, understanding in his gaze. I respect that. Now, about the divorce and custody battle. You're in a strong position, but it won't be easy. I leaned forward, resolute. I'm ready for it. I have to do this for Anna. She deserves a stable home. He shuffled through some papers. What about alimony and child support? Given Charles's likely incarceration, it's going to be complicated. I sighed, a mix of determination and sadness in my voice. The road ahead was daunting, but I was prepared to navigate it for my daughter. Anna is my top concern. I only want what's best for her. As for Charles, he made his own decisions. Mr. Ronald gave me a firm look, seriousness etched across his face. Betty, you're a resilient woman. We'll ensure you and your daughter get the justice you deserve. Leaving his office, my phone rang. It was Charles. I hesitated but answered. What do you want, Charles? His voice was urgent. Betty, I know I've made mistakes, but please don't keep Anna away from me. I stopped in my tracks, anger building inside me. Were you thinking of Anna when you tried to sell our house? When you were spending your days with someone else? He fell silent. I lost my way, Betty, but I'm still her dad. I love her. Holding my phone tighter, I replied, love is more than just words, Charles. It's shown through actions. You've let us both down. His voice broke. I'll do anything to fix this, please. I shook my head, even though he couldn't see me. It's too late for that. You can see Anna, but only with supervised visits. That's final. He paused and quietly accepted my terms. The following days were a whirlwind. I focused on ensuring Anna felt loved and stable amid the turmoil. Her laughter soothed my broken heart. One afternoon, while Anna napped, my sister Julie called. "Hey, Betty, how are you coping?" Her voice always carried a blend of concern and strength. "I'm managing, Julie. It's tough, but I'm hanging in there." Julie was quiet for a moment. "I heard about Charles. I'm sorry, Betty, but I'm proud of you for standing your ground." I smiled weakly. "Thanks, Julie. It's hard, but Anna needs me now more than ever." Her tone softened. "And who's there for you, Betty?" Her question caught me off guard. Lost in caring for Anna and the legal battle, I hadn't considered my own needs. "I don't know, Julie. I haven't had the chance to think about myself." Julie replied firmly, "You need to look after yourself too. You can't pour from an empty cup." She was right. "I'll try, Julie. It's just all so overwhelming." "You're not alone. Remember that. I'm here for you, always." The next day, I visited a therapist, Dr. Scott. His office was welcoming, with gentle lighting and a comfy couch. He greeted me with a warm smile. "Betty, it's good to meet you. How can I help you today?" I took a deep breath and shared my worries and fears. "I just feel so lost, Dr. Scott. Everything I trusted has turned upside down." He nodded, his voice soft and understanding. "It's natural to feel this way after what you've experienced. It's essential to recognize that challenging times are just one chapter in the extensive narrative of your life, not the entirety of it." His words struck a chord within me, sparking a period of gradual but meaningful change. As I began to rebuild my life, I found solidarity in a support group for single parents. Despite my initial nerves at the first meeting, the sense of community was palpable. As others shared their experiences, it was a relief to know I wasn't alone. The group leader welcomed me warmly, encouraging us to support and uplift each other. I shared my own story, my voice steady yet charged with emotion. The members listened with empathy and understanding. Afterward, Abigail, one of the group members, approached me. "Your story is inspiring, Betty. You're stronger than you realize," she said. Her words buoyed my spirits, and I began to believe that maybe, just maybe, I could transform this challenging chapter into a tale of resilience and hope. Back home, in the calm of an early morning, I reflected on the tumultuous journey that had brought me to this moment of peace. The divorce was finalized, and the documents sat on my coffee table, marking a new chapter of independence. The legal battle had been grueling, but I had fought hard against Charles for a fair share of his assets to secure a stable future for our daughter. The court ruled in our favor, and Charles was found guilty of fraud, facing serious consequences alongside his accomplice. Watching them point fingers at each other was surreal. There was no remorse, only blame. Yet despite the chaos of legal battles and emotional turmoil, there was a silver lining. Anna had recovered well from her surgery, her vibrant laughter once again filling our home and bringing warmth that had been absent for too long. As I sipped my morning coffee, I contemplated our future, one I had fiercely fought for, now bright with promise. Anna was my priority, my beacon of hope. We had weathered the storm and emerged stronger than before. I looked at the photographs on the mantel, pictures of us at the park, at the zoo, our faces bright with smiles. These weren't just images. They were symbols of our resilience and our capacity to find joy even in adversity. Just then, Anna burst into the room, her hair tousled and her eyes sparkling with excitement. "Mommy, are we going to the park today?" she asked eagerly. My heart swelled with love as I nodded. "Yes, sweetheart, we're going to have a great day." Her laughter rang through the room as she clapped her hands in delight. Watching her play, I realized that these moments of joy and recovery were what truly mattered. The struggles, the pain, and the betrayal were behind us. Ahead lay a path filled with healing, laughter, and a new journey.